This segment will show you how to assemble the SmartLink platform. Throughout the assembly, do not fully tighten any bolts until directed. It will be helpful to elevate the platform throughout the assembly. We use a wooden box. To begin, rotate the end plates attached to the tray assembly down to a vertical position as shown. Then remove the bolt and nylock nut from the front right corner of the tray assembly. Next, attach the lift handle catch, part 6, to the front holes of the tray assembly, using the bolt and nylock nut removed. Now assemble the 4 5/16 by 3/4 inch hex bolts and 5/16 inch nylock nuts to the 4 empty corners in the tray. Securely tighten all 8 of the 5/16 by 3/4 inch hex bolts in the corners of the tray. Now attach the hitch tubes to the third hole from the front of the tray assembly as shown. Loosely secure them using 2 5/16 inch by 1 inch hex bolts and 5/16 inch nylock nuts. Make sure not to tighten them yet. Next, secure the ends of the hitch tubes together using 2 5/16 inch by 2 1/2 inch hex bolts and 5/16 inch nylock nuts. Do not tighten them yet. Now, assemble the grip onto the lift handle. Then attach the lift tube assembly to the lift handle and the hitch tube to the rear hole on the right side of the tray using a 5/16 inch by 1 1/2 inch hex bolt and a 5/16 inch nylock nut. Tighten the nut, then loosen half a turn. Now, secure the top hole of the lift handle to the top hole of the lift tube assembly with a 5/16 inch by 1 inch hex bolt and 5/16 inch nylock nut. Tighten the nut fully at this time. Next, attach the lift tube assembly and the hitch tube to the rear hole on the left side of the tray using a 5/16 inch by 1 1/2 inch hex bolt and a 5/16 inch nylock nut. Tighten the nut, then loosen half a turn. Now go back and fully tighten the nuts and bolts as shown. Next, attach the lower lift tubes to the lift tube assembly using 2 5/16 by 1 1/2 inch hex bolts and the 5/16 inch nylock nuts. Tighten them securely at this time. Now attach the wheels to the lift tube assembly using 1/2 inch by 4 1/8 inch hex bolts and 2 1/2 inch washers. Then, 1/2 inch jam nut placed between the wheel and the lift tube assembly, and a 1/2 inch nylock jam nut for each wheel. Then tighten the 1/2 inch jam nut and the 1/2 inch nylock nut so that the wheel turns freely on the hex bolt. Attach the center brace to the bottom of the tray to use the plug or spike aerator. Fully tighten the bolts at this time. Attach the center brace to the front of the tray to use the dethatcher. Fully tighten the bolts at this time.